Remember back in the early to mid 90s, Gatorade had those Be Like Mike commercials? Sometimes I dream that he is me. Sometimes, blah, blah, be like Mike. I got to be like Mike. It was a brilliant marketing campaign. Michael Jordan was at the peak of his drawing power. Kids across America, even some adults across America, wanted to be like Michael Jordan. One of those kids was a young man from Akron, Ohio, who actually believed that he was going to be the next Michael Jordan. He even wore the number 23 to associate himself with the man Reggie Miller referred to as Black Jesus. But no matter how hard anyone tried, no matter how hard someone might have wanted it, no one could be like Michael Jordan. There is only one great one. Even though a generation of millennials grew up wanting to be like Mike, there's another Mike that content creators across YouTube do not want to be like. Ironically enough, this Mike happens to be female. Thousands of people in her own comment section refer to her as Big Mike, but her government name is Michelle LaVaughn Robinson Obama. A month or so ago, Michelle and her brother Greg, who shares a striking resemblance to the baldness of Joy Reid, Michelle and brother Greg decided that they were going to make some easy money by launching a YouTube channel. I mean, YouTube is easy, right? All you gotta do is talk and millions of people will instantly be interested. The first 3 months of 2025 have been absolutely brutal for most content creators. It's tough to gain traction right now. Videos seem to only be pushed to subscribers. For example, last month, YouTube only recommended my content to 94,000 new viewers. On an average month, that new viewer number is doubled. On a good month, it's tripled or quadrupled. Throughout the year, content creators have been searching for answers. Some are blaming the algorithm change that YouTube implemented back in January. I'm sure that has something to do with it. But I think the main reason YouTube is so volatile right now, and this is just my own personal theory, I think the main reason YouTube is so volatile right now is because the entire economy is volatile. The Trumper is making massive changes. He warned us that things would be tough for a little while, and you damn sure can't accuse him of lying about it. Stock market is crashing. There's volatility and uncertainty with these tariffs. Once Donnie's plan is fully implemented, I think everything is going to be fine. It's going to be better. But right now, we're in a transition period. The Trumper is having to clean up the disaster that was created by our former fearless leader, Johnny B. Biden. When there is this much uncertainty in the market, one of the first things companies eliminate is advertising. How does YouTube make most of their money? Advertising. When ad spending is down, YouTube doesn't have as many ads to go around. YouTube has to keep their creators fed so everyone gets a tiny morsel instead of their usual piece. If you don't have a loyal following, you are struggling right now. I am extremely fortunate. You guys show up for me every day. There are some content creators in some of my YouTube groups with channels similar in size to mine. They went from averaging 20, 30, 40,000 views a video down to 300. Once YouTube pulled back from promoting them, they didn't have a base audience to fall back on. So, I'm not complaining. I can't tell you how much me and my family appreciate you. My revenue is down 40, 50% right now, but I'm still comfortable because you guys continue to support me. Thank you. I'm in a hell of a lot better shape on this platform than Michelle Obama. For a brief moment, I thought Michelle and brother Greg were gaining some traction. Due to the rampant media coverage, some of their debut videos, which weren't drawing flies to a fresh turd, they were starting to see six-figure view counts. But once the mainstream media coverage subsided, Michelle Obama found herself in the same position as the rest of us. She had to rely on the women who admire her. Brother Greg, he had to rely on the LGBT who admire him. They had to rely on their loyal followers, their daily viewers, to get them through this downturn. Unfortunately for Michelle, her loyal following, it's counted by the dozens. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel is in the description below. This morning on the second channel, talked about Dakota Prescott's days in Dallas being numbered. I don't know what the hell's going on in Dallas. They trade Luka Doncic and they made Dak Prescott the highest paid player in the NFL. Someone please make it make sense. If you haven't already, click the link in the description below, subscribe to the second channel. As always, I appreciate your support. Now, the good news for Michelle Obama, her pretend friends in the mainstream media, they did her a massive favor by promoting her early videos. Her interview with someone named Is It Ray or Isa Ray, Ayaz Ray. Who gives a damn? It doesn't matter what her name is. Her captivating interview with some lady named Ray hit 189,000 views. Her interview with Bob Griner's dealer, Seth Rogen. Seth took a break from Puffin' the Magic Dragon to sit down with Michelle Obama. Initially, Seth had more grams in his pocket than the video had views, but thanks to the incessant promotion from the mainstream media, the interview now has over 200,000 views. Not bad, right? You're damn right it's not bad. I knew this would be a success. Viewers just needed time to adapt to Michelle's bland delivery and complete lack of charisma. This podcast is going to break records. Woo! Yes, yes, yes. I was starting to think that Michelle Obama had stumbled upon a formula that worked. As long as she could rely on her pretend friends in the media, her podcast would be a success. But it's a funny thing about pretend friends, especially those in the media. You see, the media is willing to talk about you as long as you're generating traffic, interest. But as soon as people lose interest, or in the case of Michelle Obama, as soon as people figure out that you're painfully boring, those pretend friends in the media, they disappear. And once the promotion from the media disappeared, so did Michelle Obama's audience. Her last 5 videos have combined for 60,000 views. Not 60,000 views each. You have to add up the views from each video to reach 60,000. And one video in that group was responsible for 45,000. If you remove that one video, the last 4 videos from Michelle Obama have combined for 17,000 views. It's not hard to figure out why Michelle Obama is struggling. Matter of fact, I'll show you a couple of examples. This week, she has interviewed someone named Keke Palmer.
Who?
Some dude named Jay Shitty or Jay Shetty.
Who?
And of course, Brother Greg.
And who?
He was the conductor on the Bruce Caboose. The interview with Keke Palmer resembled Sunday morning services at Woke United Methodist. Young Keke spent most of the interview worshiping at the stilettos of Michelle Obama. During the interview with Shitty J, Michelle provided some valuable life advice to her non-existent audience. Watch it for yourself.
Share with them some secrets, some things I learned to help make their life a little bit easier, because I know just how many young people just don't know.
And you really do that.
Yeah.
And it is really, I don't want to just, I know we're hearing it. I'm not being biased, but you really do that. And it means so much to us.
Yeah. And I always challenge young people now to first think about your why. Don't think about the what. Don't worry about numbers and titles, because you can have all that. And I've seen people have it all, and they're still not happy. He could have a big, high-paying job, a great career, Maybe he decides to get married, have kids, but then he'll have no time for them. And then he'll be disgruntled about that.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar.
This is a bit hypocritical of Michelle Obama. She's telling young people not to worry about numbers, but it's easy for Michelle to not worry about things like views because she don't have any. All kidding aside, Michelle Obama did give some valuable advice while simultaneously throwing her husband Barry under the bus. She alluded to the sacrifices that you have to make if you want to be great, the sacrifices you have to make if you want to pursue your dreams. Michelle Obama is absolutely right. I agree with her. Nothing is free. Everything comes with a cost. When I was working a regular job, I would leave work every day at 5 and socialize with my friends. We would go to happy hour. We would be at the bar all weekend. Sometimes I would leave work and go play golf in the afternoon. But no matter what I was doing, at 5 o'clock every day, I was done with work. At 5 o'clock on Friday, I was done for the weekend. That is no longer the case. With YouTube, I'm never off the clock. Even when I was playing golf yesterday morning, I was outlining the Linda McMahon video in my head. I'm constantly looking for new ideas. I'm constantly looking for topics, constantly writing notes in my phone. My phone's got hundreds, maybe even thousands of pages of notes. If I miss a video during the week for a soccer game for the daughter or a baseball game for my nephew, whatever the reason, that video's got to be made up. This channel consumes a lot of my time. There are no set hours. There is no set schedule. There's no clocking in at 8 and clocking out at 5. It is all day, every day. There's no such thing as work-life balance. And that's the case for most people who become successful working for themselves. Howard Stern, he was obsessed with his show. Shannon Sharp, hey, it's me, Shay Shay. Stephen A. Smith, these dudes work around the clock. Ben Shapiro, not everyone wants to do that. Not everyone wants to be that dedicated. And that's fine. That's fine. Hell, I get it. For the longest time, I was the same way until I realized that's not what I actually wanted. The point is, it takes a lot of time and dedication to do this. You have got to be 100% committed, and I don't think Michelle Obama is. I don't think Michelle Obama is committed to doing this. I think it's something that she was offered and she thought it would be easy. Thing is, you can't hide it. You cannot hide a lack of commitment. The camera shows everything. Viewers are not stupid. People know when you're truly dedicated and when you're coasting. But anyway, give me your thoughts on this. Michelle Obama continues to struggle here on YouTube. I have seen a lot of people claim that she can fix this problem easily by interviewing her husband, Barry. Now, obviously, that would be a temporary fix, but it doesn't solve the real problem. And the real problem is Michelle Obama lacks charisma and she's just not that interesting. Without promotion from the media, can Michelle Obama succeed? Better yet, do you think she is truly committed to making this a success? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.